You've alluded to a plan B there. And I really want to, I spent a lot of time thinking about this because I think Arsenal have a plan B. I just don't think it's in the way we would have expected, and I don't think it's the way people think. Now, I think people will look at Kai Havertz coming on and go, well, there's a plan B option there. £65 million players played mainly in midfield, but maybe we can get something else out of him as that kind of plan B option in the meantime. And look, there's some evidence for that. Let me go through some of it. You sent me his stats from a 16-minute cameo, and it looked good. Yeah, 11 touches, 5 completed, a tackle 1, a ground duel 1, but the big thing, he got the goal. Now, I had a little look at this. He's had a little impact on the bench. This isn't the first time he's come on and made a bit of a difference. Now, it's maybe not always looked as obvious in terms of an 89th minute winner at the back post that he got, but you look against Man City, it was 0-0 before he came on. He comes on, gets the assist for Martinelli. Okay, it's a layoff. Okay, there's a deflection. I understand people aren't going to go crazy on the praise for that. But he did well in that game. He came on, started running the channels, holding the ball up, and gave us a different dynamic up top in that game to what we were getting from Eddie Nketiah. Against Chelsea, with 2-1 down, he comes on 2-2. Is he massively involved? Well, again, he plays the ball out to Saka for that cross. We're going to look at that goal in a sec. But the big thing is, we were starting to go long, because at least he was a presence, at least he was a handful for defenders. And then against Brentford, as we've talked about, he comes on and scores. Now, I want to show, if I just get them here, Saka's crossing in the game. Now, if we have a little look at this, let's try and annotate it if we can. I'll do it in white. There we go. Now, if you look at where some of Saka's passes are, very few actual crosses are sort of swung in. This is the first half, from minute 0 to 45, big up stat zone. I love these kind of pass maps. This is his attacking play in the first half. Lots of short passes, not doing much in this area of the pitch here. And then look at the direction of his crosses, as you can see there. Sort of one, or a pass back there. That was I think the cross to Jesus. I think that was. Not a lot hitting a certain area too directly into the box. But then you look at his second half. He gets a lot of them wrong. You can see a lot of the red there. But look how many go into. If I just get this up again. Go into this zone here, a lot closer to goal, better to attack. Some of them come from crosses, but again, doing a lot more in this area of the pitch. Saka, this is in the second half. Then we go to Martinelli's, where it's a little bit more obvious. Again, a lot of backwards passes from Martinelli. You can see that cluster. My, this is such a big table, isn't it? A big TV. You can see a big cluster there. Not much going into the box, but then look at it, and again, I'll show it in white. Look at that second half there. How many more? We're just so much more direct into the box, looking to find players. Look how many are targeted at that back post there. One there to the back post, a couple a little bit more central. I think the plan B for Arsenal is not just going, great, stick on Havertz because he's 6'4", we can aim for him. I think the plan B is more, can you find that back post, because it's incredibly difficult to defend. In the first half, Martinelli and Saka not looking for it as much, maybe looking for more combinations, maybe looking more patient, but as you get to that final 20-25 minutes, can you start to up it? When that ball goes into that back post, it is so difficult to defend, because defenders are sort of running back, and at best they think, let me just flick it on, but if you're flicking it on, you're winning a corner. And I think what Arteta recognised is that someone needed to attack that space. Because I saw Martinelli whip it to the back post, and both, I think it was Jesus, Ødegaard, Saka all kind of stood there and went, what, I'm meant to get on the end of that. And then Saka did another one, and Martinelli did the same thing, stopped and went, am I meant to get on the end of that? So he recognises the option off the bench is Kai Havertz. He's not the only one who recognised it. We were on the watch along saying, this could be a moment for Kai Havertz. Now, why could it be? Well, in 2022-23, his Premier League rank, Kai Havertz, amongst all players in the league, was second for total runs, third for targeted runs, second for runs into the box, second for targeted runs into the box, and second for distance covered. So what you got is a player who is ready-made to come on and do exactly this. Havertz goal. And I was so happy for him. Let's make these a touch bigger. Apologies, everyone. There we go. He is here. He's got a run on Godos. But what he does is he makes the run behind, because Bukayo Saka has hit that very spot here that we have talked about. No one else was making these runs until Havertz. And Saka whips into the back post. And there is Kai Havertz. And we're 1-0 up. But the key thing is here, that it's not just about Kai Havertz being 6'4", so you can do it. The key is the quality of the cross, but the type of cross. That kind of whipped ball to the back post that is so difficult to defend, because like I said, you might win a corner, you might win something. He might even flick it on, and Eddie is there waiting, because Eddie, rather than attack the same spot, has recognised that he might get on the end of something from Kai Havertz here. So then I go on to this, because we've seen it before this season. That's not it. What are we looking for?
Chelsea.
Trossard goal at Chelsea. That's from last week, or when we beat Burnley. Here we are. Saka, not quite as wide, but a little bit more central. But this time it's Trossard on the end of it. That's why I say it's about the quality of the cross and not just the person on the end of it. Because when you also watch Havertz and Nketiah's movements, they come in thinking that at least if Trossard cuts this back, they are there for it. But it's the quality of the ball, once again, from Bukayo Saka. He is nailing that, and it's his signature thing, and we get another equaliser. Now, Havertz has been a plan B. He has been an option off the bench that has given Arsenal a different dynamic. But for me, the plan B is hitting those back posts and basically saying to the defenders of the opposition, how much can you sustain our attacks? How many set pieces can you defend? How many times can you track that runner behind your shoulder? How many times can you deal with it? And on a few occasions, Arsenal have managed to unpick the lock by doing just that.
Yeah, I think it's a great weapon to have. I think we've seen us utilise Saka in the half space. I think he's really good in the half space. You talked about Martinelli. I think he offers a slightly different dynamic and more direct run and across, whereas Saka is more precise with whipped or curled crosses in. And I think this is a good weapon we can have. I think, coming back to your point about the way we play in the first half of games, I think, and this to me is a weapon later in the game when defenders are more tired, not just physically but mentally. And so if you're playing in balls like this, you just switch off for a quick second. We saw it with Gusto in the Chelsea game where he let Trossard run off him. Defenders late in games are more mentally tired as well as physically, so you can have a bit more joy out of that. I think what we try to do in the first half in build up, we try to play our football. We try and play those 1-2 touch combinations that you talk about. We try and play our way through teams. That is a clear plan at the start of games, and I think what we then go to, if we have no joy in that, we got this that we can go to later in the game. It's as you said, it's almost like a plan B to get Saka inside in a half space to deliver a cross, or to get Martinelli, instead of running at defenders, getting crosses in to deep positions and getting our players to attack those areas, either from the back stick, from the right hand side, from the left, where you can get 3 players running in, or from the right. So it's a definite plan. I think you need players who've got skill, can deliver it. Saka has got that ability. I think Odegaard, I'd like to see him do more of that actually. What we tend to do on that right hand side, sometimes we feed it out to the left more and keep the play going, whereas sometimes I think we should be looking players to sort of run into the box, and Odegaard to deliver a cross into the box more than what I see, instead of just keeping the play going.
And I just want to say a really big thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, actually hit the links right here to watch more content like this, including my Football First podcast, which drops every Monday to Friday at 6 AM. And I know it's annoying, I am really sorry to have to ask, but if you want to show support to the channel, hitting the like and subscribe buttons help promote the content much more than you could possibly know. Thanks again.